Boom. What's that? Oh, countdown.
What's that? Spinach was determined to get sleepy in that spot.
Oh my god! Yeah, no, this is completely comfy. I really like it when my spine is crunched around in this position. It's completely fine.
So his paws are like balancing like he's doing
like a
ballet.
ballerina.
Yeah.
He's on point.
We haven't even had coffee.
We don't need it, baby.
I had a cheesy omelette and that's put me right.
Oh, yep.
Hi. We've done the Lord's work. We've been heroes. We watched so much MAFS.
About 50 episodes in one day.
It felt like it.
We got back from holiday.
Got back from our holiday. We got home at like fucking 3 a.m. and then you had to go to work
A few hours later. Yeah, I was at work. You just had MAFS rolling in the background all day long.
And the money kept rolling in. Rolling.
I thought I might resent it, but I
No,
was
it
like,
was really
gimme.
good. Yeah, it was really good.
New couples,
yeah.
drama,
New couples.
new villain.
I'm a bit... Who's the new villain?
Stephen.
Oh.
Out of left field.
I wasn't expecting him to be the villain.
No.
Well, what a ride. I'm kind of disappointed in the new couples because they hearken to last series' caliber of contestant participant.
Leisha and Reese definitely do.
Yeah.
I
like Leisha though.
Yeah. I quickly checks notes. I like Abigail and John.
I like Abigail and John.
I like them.
Took me ages to work out who they were. You know who they remind me of?
Who?
Barda and Jed.
Oh, that didn't last very long, did it? But yeah, I guess
They're both like
I think
Mediterranean couples with family values.
I think he seems sweet. Anyway, we'll get to him. And I took against Hotdog and Husky, but I think we might warm to them. But I agree, Leisha and Reese is bad vibes previous season.
Yeah, I like Leisha because I always feel bad for people who are loud and then get shat over.
Get judged.
Yeah, I understand that feeling.
Oh my God.
If you're not already watching on YouTube, you are all making a mistake.
I think
Spinach is making more and more frequent appearances. I swear he didn't used to sit with us when we used to record. He did a bit, but I think he does more
he's
so
a little
now.
fame hunter, bitch.
He is.
No, he's a heavy little sausage parcel on my lap, and it's just making me feel blissful.
Oh, is he hiccuping?
No, he's just getting...
He was so loud in the night.
Oh my God.
This morning.
I think his ears have grown about 4 inches and he flaps them around like Dumbo.
It's ridiculous because his ears, all his hair fell off his body, and then suddenly now his ears are so long and they keep curling up so cutely in the
when
most like Disney
us.
way. He like looks like ooh, and they curl up at the bottom, and I'm like, what the hell? You're perfect. But yeah, and then this morning he was licking himself, flapping,
rolling against the wall.
Yeah, rolling against the wall, kicking it with his claws. I was like, shut up! It's so annoying.
Sorry, we were a bit obsessed because we were away from him for a week and it was hard. But anyway,
sorry.
Let's get back to MAFS.
Sorry, yes.
So we're going to talk about the whole week and a half that we missed, basically.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a bit of picking and choosing of some highlights and lowlights, I think.
Absolutely.
Can we talk about Stephen and Nelly?
Yeah, that I'm... Oh, yes. Let's talk about it.
The classic red flag, reality TV red flag, MAFS red flag of the man starting to say, I just don't want anyone else involved in our business.
Yes, you're so right. That is the biggest. Like, it's so
okay.
controlling, and also like you're on telly and you are committed to going to a dinner party every week to talk about your couple, and also going to a commitment ceremony every week.
The only reason why you're together is because you've agreed to go on a show where your relationship is filmed and aired publicly.
And the whole point of it is that it's meant to be scrutinised so that you can see if you can progress it faster than a normal relationship.
Yeah.
I fell for his love bombing tricks.
I know. He seriously love bombed her. I fell for it as well. So sad. Like they just, now it's classic. She's got this like memory of the honeymoon. They keep talking about like, we just want to get back to that, you know, the honeymoon us.
And you'll
It's
never
like,
get back there.
as if.
Yeah, especially after you said fucking idiot.
That was nasty.
That was really weird. I also keep replaying in my head, where have you been all my life? Because like she must be replaying that. I was like, when he said that, I was like, oh my God, it's beautiful. They are meant to be together. And
they made it seem like she sabotaged by starting to talk about being insecure, but I think...
And she probably will keep blaming herself.
Yeah, but I think that must have started because he withdrew. Like she said, like he's been withdrawn. And I don't think she would have started panicking if they were literally just like so connected like they were on the honeymoon.
Yeah.
Like I think he must have withdrawn. It's all his fault, basically.
Agree.
And this little tiff between him and the gays.
Yeah.
Him and Kia.
Yeah. I'm finding it interesting, this tiff.
It is interesting. Because it sounds weird if Kia was like, look at your woman's tits.
They're out just for you. Because I'm like, we shouldn't really be saying that.
But is that
at the risk of
something-
sounding like Grace.
Is that something that he said? They're out for you?
That's what she put on this dress just for you. That was all I was hearing.
I don't remember that particular
I remember specifically hearing
line.
that. Yeah.
Because that is a bit weird. But also, I think, I don't know, I just massively got the ick with Stephen being like, I wasn't comfortable with you talking about my wife's breasts. Saying the word breasts.
And then that
I'm
makes
like,
it...
come on. He said, look at her fabulous tits. And
Yeah.
maybe that's a bit dodgy, but when it's in the moment and it's your friend, sometimes
Maybe it's
can,
fine.
Sometimes you can do that. But
And-
as soon as you start saying, you were talking about her breasts, it makes it really weird.
It does make it weird, and it also like puts ownership on it even more.
Yeah.
Like he's being like, I don't want you talking about her body because that's mine to talk about or
Yeah,
something.
I'm never going to look at it or touch it again, but no one else is allowed to acknowledge her breasts. And he was obviously put out because his pride was hurt, because he was like, oh shit, I've been told, like they've said in front of everyone that I haven't been giving the right compliments. And it's like, yeah, that might be embarrassing, but then just give a compliment then.
Yeah, just if you don't want them talking about your breasts, her breasts, tell her how nice her breasts are.
But don't use the word breasts.
But don't say you've got lovely breasts. I say you've got lovely bazungas. Big, bountiful, lovely titties.
I think Kia dealt with that very well and said like, well, that's I'm going to carry on holding the opinions that I hold. I'm not just going to not do things because you're trying to intimidate me, basically.
Yeah, I feel very stressed at the thought of being in that argument just now.
Yeah,
because I remember finding Kia a bit annoying, but obviously the more annoying thing is Stephen saying all those things.
Well, I'm open to you. I'm interested that you had a different thought about it, because it's not necessarily just because you're gay means that you can, go around squeezing someone's boobs and talking about their boobs loads.
Yeah,
but I felt
think if
like
you're a gay man, you kind of can a bit more.
you still have to read the room. I just feel like
make sure someone's comfortable with that and happy with that.
Yeah, I just feel like Nelly was saying like, my friends were, she's very much been saying my friends are looking out for me, my friends know me.
Yeah,
which I'm glad she's leaning into that. Like even with the Julia Ruth thing, when Julia Ruth brought up the Raya thing, and Nelly was like, said to her, thank you for having my back.
Oh my God, yeah.
Divani dropped the ball on that
she
one.
She said Divani, and he was just like,
yeah, like it's one thing
that
saying,
was so embarrassing,
because sometimes she wants him to do things that he's not necessarily going to know what those things are, but she literally said defend
Divani.
me, and it was for quite a good reason as well.
Yeah, I was really disappointed in the whole group for not standing up for her.
know,
and I felt bad for Mave in that moment, because Joe also said don't get involved, but Mave was like quite desperate to
I was annoyed. I was annoyed that Joe said that.
Julia Ruth in that moment. I'm just like, you're letting Stephen get away with this.
Yeah,
when there were multiple witnesses, it's not fair.
That was another interesting one, because again, like the fact that he is on Raya and had sex with someone 2 weeks before going on the show,
that's not really a problem.
A bad thing in itself. So that gave him quite a lot of leverage to be like, well, boy, it's not your business. But it's the way that he was talking. If he's been boasting about that while she's at home with a broken rib,
that is the problem. And also, he also denied it.
Yeah, which is
for
stupid.
Ages, when I think
And
he
then
could have been
suddenly
like,
didn't.
yeah, I had sex with someone 2 weeks before the experiment. I don't think that's a crime. Like, I think you could say that. But yeah, it's the boasting. It's the way that Nelly had a broken rib. It's the way that he is using this stepdad thing as an excuse for not being there for her when,
I don't believe it for a second when he says, I've never been like this. I've never got angry before.
Me neither. No way.
Yeah.
You don't suddenly become like that.
No.
But I appreciated that the experts tried to give him a bit of, not leniency, but like grace in saying like, what's going on? Why are you being weird?
Yeah.
So that he
A
could,
chance to be like, this isn't you.
yeah.
You can turn it around.
But I don't feel safe for Nelly, who probably felt emboldened by the cameras being there to kind of defend herself in the argument when he said fucking idiot. Whereas if he said that when cameras weren't there, I don't know. You know, she might not have felt so comfortable or able.
Well, on Sunday, on tonight, we're going to be seeing her family meet him. So that will be very interesting, because if that was my daughter, I wouldn't be happy with that. I would not be happy with
I'd say
that.
cut and run, love. You'd be Abigail's mum.
Yeah.
I'm the one who vets the boys.
Yeah, I hope Nelly gets out of there quick.
Yeah, I feel really sad for her, because it's just another example of her fears and anxieties about relationships being proven right.
It's so shit. I don't know why he had to act like that and go so cold. We were all convinced by it, and I guess it really does give, you know, when sometimes the experts bang on about if you start with a friendship and then you build up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, Paul, shut up. But
yeah,
it actually, like, something like that goes so quickly at first. That and Julia, Ruth and Devani, they have crashed and burned so quickly.
They crashed and burned after the fucking one day.
Yeah, whereas like Mave and Joe were a little bit more tentative at the wedding, and then seemed to have really, I mean, they've gone fast as well, but they seem to have more authentically found love. Should we talk about them?
Yeah, I hope they have authentically found love.
You're a bit more worried about it than I am, aren't you?
I have underlying concerns. And I don't want to be unfair, because I don't want to give weight to Maeve's self-esteem issues. Like, I don't think that is it. It is literally more I'm like, if Joe is this guy that's like so nice, super good looking, allegedly, and all of these, I'm like, why hasn't he got a girlfriend? Is this his pattern? Is he this kind of guy? Does he fall really hard? And then Mave, it was interesting that Maeve's friend said that she falls in love really easily as well.
Yeah.
And really quickly. But I'm believing everything they're saying and putting down, but I just feel, and I'm feeling slightly sus. And maybe more so because they're not talking about things properly.
They haven't spoken about his past relationships much, have they? I guess he's from like maybe quite a small place. He might have had a long relationship and just broken up and be single now. I don't know. But I know what you mean. And yeah, I can't tell what I think about the fact that they're not talking about their plans after the show and what they're going to do about her having a kid, because I think on one hand it's good because
they are only 3 weeks into the experiment. I'm surprised that the love bomb has been dropped so much, to be honest.
Yeah. With other couples in the past who've had kids, it's always been absolute disaster, because as soon as the guy or the person who doesn't have the kid does something wrong, the other person is like, well, I'm not going to fucking let you anywhere near my family, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like the defensiveness, the guard is up, and there's this pressure put on immediately of like, well, can you take me and my child on? And it's like, well, they need to fall in love first to know if they want to do that.
Yes.
So I think on balance, it's better that they're just leading with their own emotions. But on the other hand, they do need to talk about, I guess, the logistics. If there is a really massive non-negotiable, like where they're going to live situation, they need to see, you know, there's no point in falling in love with someone somewhere where you're just categorically never going to want to move to.
I just find it so not plausible. If you are actually fully in love with someone, then you make it work.
That's what you did.
That's what you did.
We both did it.
Yeah. They've both made sacrifices for each other.
That's true.
And they've all worked out for the best.
And we could have ruled it out if we'd looked at the logistics rather than the emotion.
Exactly.
I thought I really liked, even though it was a bit squiggly, the task that Mave had to do with Paul and Joe, where he had to tell her a compliment and she had to look in the mirror.
So it seemed like it really worked for her. It was lovely. Yeah, I really liked it.
I do think the experts are maybe doing a few more genuine like therapy things rather than just trying to create
Honesty box.
Yeah.
Also, guys, I have a theory that there's going to be a new TV show called The Golden Envelope, because never have they ever said, oh, look, a golden envelope. And now suddenly they're saying it all the time. Why are they saying golden envelope, and why are they trying to trademark it? Any inside scoop? Gimme.
Weird.
Gimme.
And he cried when he said he loved her, which was very...
It was very sweet.
Convincing.
It was very convincing and sweet.
I see them working, and I'm really happy they've talked about the drink stuff.
Yes, me too. And she was like, well, I'd rather stay at home with you. And I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that, especially because she has her kid as well. I think she wants a ground force.
That's true. Maybe
Charlie Dimmock. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
She wants like a grounding thing. Like, I think if you're in that party lifestyle and you kind of feel like it might be time. I mean, maybe she started partying loads when she had her kid, because she had a kid like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And maybe she felt like she lost a part of like her hedonism because she had to be so responsible for her kid. And maybe now she's ready to look for that settling down force again.
That's a very good point, that actually the kid could be a positive thing in their dynamic for that reason. Because it shows that she wants to be responsible, and it's not all just about getting fucked up.
Yeah.
So
that works for him.
And likewise, she knows that she can trust him in that sense, probably.
Yeah, I think so. More lovers?
More lovers.
Should we talk about Becca and Bailey?
He is called Bailey, isn't he?
Yeah. I wasn't as convinced by Bailey's declaration of love as I was with Joe and Mave, and I kind of found it a bit icky. Like you said, I think you think Joe and Mave told each other they loved each other prior to the thing, prior to the commitment ceremony. Prior to the commitment ceremony, whereas you don't think Bailey said it before.
No, I think he
apart
said
from the 9.5 thing.
Yeah, I think he said it for the first time on camera, which is a little bit worrying, and she was a bit like, oh.
And I don't think that was her way of wanting to hear it, because she's obviously not someone who talks about her emotions like in front of other people.
Yeah, I think they really like each other, and I think he's definitely in full lust with her, but I think maybe he's just like reaches a point of infatuation and says that he loves someone, and yeah, I just think maybe there's some depths to her that he hasn't really bothered to kind of explore yet. I don't know.
He's like, I love everything that I know.
Yeah. And I think they seem cute, but I'm not like, wow, they're the missing piece for each other.
No, I agree. So on the Rebecca subject, we had that tiff between Lee and Leah about Leah fancying Rebecca, which isn't that surprising. I can see that that's believable. And also, no offense, but Lee hasn't given Leah any inkling apart. I mean, they did have a kiss apparently, but like any inkling that there's a chance there. And they both seem to kind of hate each other.
They do.
They talk to each other like they hate each other.
It was weird when Paul at the commitment ceremony was like, Leah adores you. And I was like, does she? What? According to who?
Yeah, because she doesn't really, she talks to her like shit. And Lee talks to Leah like shit as well. But then when Lee softens, Leah
comes back with a jab.
It's
yeah, really
doesn't
annoying.
do soft. I'm like, oh,
it's really annoying.
Nice. Like, she's opening up to you.
It's like a schoolboy in the playground, isn't it?
That's that whole energy that I think Leah has.
Yeah.
That has meant that she's like exploring her sexuality, but I think she's using her, what's the word? Sorry. Her masculinity and like her way of using that, I think, is based on how maybe men have treated her, because that's how it's quite a like cold way of treating someone.
Yeah, I wonder if it's
sense?
also because she felt quite rejected at the start and was aware that she wasn't like masculine enough for Lee.
Oh, so she's
now
like,
she's like, oh, I better be like
hard.
tough. But actually, like, some of the butchiest butchers can be the softest, just like adoring their princess vibes ever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe I think that's probably what Lee wants.
Yeah.
Is just like a butch who's
wants
obsessed.
to be the pretty one as well, who's
and it's really annoying that Leah keeps doing that at the exact wrong moment where
she's got really bad, and I think you're right, maybe it is a sensitivity thing and a protection thing. And I found it really interesting that Paul said about about the thing with Rebecca, like, I wonder if Lee does actually like Leah, or if her pride has been hurt. I was like, that's such a good observation. I wouldn't have even thought of that, because when she said like, I must have feelings for her, I was like, oh, she actually must do, because she feels like that. But no, she's right. He's right. Like, I think her pride just has been hurt, and she wants to win.
She wants to be the desirable one.
Leah.
Yeah, but just on the Rebecca thing, like, even though it was all kind of harmless, when Leah was describing it, like, oh, you know, I just said like, you're my usual type, brunette, gym girl, and then Rebecca was like, yeah, you know, we come from the same place. I said you feel like home. I was like, guys, this isn't making it better. This sounds like a perfect romance to me.
You sound like
you feel like home.
You feel like home.
Don't say that.
You feel like home to me. No, you can't. You don't just mean an accent.
Yeah, that's not helping.
And are you thinking that's maybe why Becca is holding back from saying I love you to Bailey?
Maybe look elsewhere for something that's going to really let your heart free and fly.
Okay.
No, I just, I'm just like, that
is, if I was dating someone and then they said to someone else, you feel like home to me, I'd be like, fuck off then.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Imagine if you said that about every fucking Australian we bump into in Clapham, Pembrokeshire, everywhere we go. There's an Australian.
Like the one that we bumped into in Venice.
In Venice, first night.
I said, I don't ever want to meet an Australian again.
How have we come to Venice and the
and
first
there's
person
an Australian accosting us and infuriating me.
I don't know if you've been to the beaches in Australia, but they're really beautiful.
We told her at the beginning of the conversation that I'm from Perth, and then she said, yeah, English people love going to Australia.
I'd always recommend it for a Brit.
But yeah, I know. I just went quiet and stopped talking, and then I was like, I'm going home now. You ruined my night. She actually ruined my night.
And she was with this Venetian man who I thought they were a couple, because she was being very weird with him, saying, when I saw you, I told you, you've got the most beautiful nose I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
You've got an amazing side profile. And then we just realised he was just like some random gay Venetian man who was like, haha, okay. Smoking a cigarette. Just like, go away, lady.
Why? Oh, did we steal a cigarette from them?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the problem.
We actually actively didn't. They came out and it was Jamie. It was someone else's
Jamie
fault.
went to steal a cigarette from them, and then they said no.
Yeah,
and then we went and chatted
no.
somewhere else, and then they brought them over, and then we had to have a conversation with them.
Yeah, and then we were like, shit, damn it, what have we done? Damn it, not worth it.
They don't accept the pound trick.
No.
In Venice. I was just thinking, I was like, do they know the pound trick? But yeah, everyone on the podcast knows the pound trick because we told them about the Aperol Spritz. But now we've got a packet of Vogues in the suitcase that's not coming out for a good month.
No.
Because we're both sick as a dog.
Should we talk about Ashley and Grace?
Yeah, I'm bamboozled by this. I feel as overwhelmed as Grace by this whole
Me too.
thing.
And I was thinking about it, and I was thinking that it's kind of a good thing politically that it makes the viewer feel confused and not just like Grace is wrong or Ashley's wrong. Like, I think it's kind of good that you're able to see both of their sides, and like when it stops us polarizing the situation, which is usually the reaction to reality TV.
You know how like everyone's saying, oh, everyone's attention span is really short. No one has attention span to like watch anything more than like a minute long or blah, blah, blah. This is a saga that goes on and on.
Oh my God.
And
it really
is making you actually use your brain.
Yeah.
Right.
It's true. Like it's funny. It's like I'm very aware that someone like him, it would be pointless and kind of a waste of the cause to just be like, well, you're fucked, I'm not going to fucking talk to you about anything.
Yeah.
Because there is something in him that is like, he's
a quarter of the way through a book on feminism. He's fucking trying, man. He's quarter of the way through a book on feminism.
But also, I don't want to just be like, oh, he's lovely, let him get away with it. Because then I am like, oh, but it's hard. I'm like, I think he's quite patient in a way with her.
Yeah, he is.
Because she does give sometimes confusing signals, and it must be hard being told that you're wrong all the time.
She's got complex mental health stuff.
I think so. Josh was saying pathological demand avoidance, like she doesn't.
Interesting.
Like she kind of is okay with something if it's her idea, and then not if it's not her idea.
Is that pathological demand avoidance?
Well, I think it's just basically you don't like being told what to do. That's a very, very basic description.
Yeah, okay.
But and which often goes along with autism and they're not wanting to be touched, blah blah blah. But so I think he's kind of patient in a way,
and I think she's patient too, because if I was her, I would have done that thing that you said and said, fuck this, I can't be bothered to teach you.
She didn't write him off, and I think that's really impressive, especially knowing the judgment that her friends and family might have, and like her politics is obviously very important to her,
and she's trying to like stand her ground and explain where she's coming from.
And I believe that she actually thinks she could see I believe that she could see a future with him.
Yeah.
But then there's worrying bits where he, the whole thing about him telling the story like, oh, I just knew where we were going, and I said, so I thought, do you want to put on something a bit smarter? And then she reveals that actually he said, I like you in a dress or something a lot, he's misconstruing it.
I'm still not sure.
Or I like you with your nails done, like keep your nails done.
I'm still not sure about, I think both of them are unreliable narrators of the story.
Yeah.
And I think it has to be a mixture of both of them. And I think she is reactive. And I think I maybe sympathise with, or like empathise with her. I think I understand where she's coming from. Because you know how when we have an argument, you know this very well because I always get annoyed about this, I can never remember what words have been said.
Yeah.
You always remember exactly the words that you have said and I have said. And it really frustrates me because I'm like, but it didn't feel like that was what was said because I reacted in a different way to...
Yeah.
Now that you're telling me those words, they sound fine.
Yeah.
And so it's really annoying. And I think she is quite reactive like I am, like emotionally, like, oh, what? No.
Yeah.
And so if he... And what I'm getting to, I think they're both unreliable narrators. I think she thinks she's gotten things across to him that haven't sunk in properly. How like they made the plan to maybe only talk about the one thing, and he kind of was like, but all of that relates to this one thing, but she might have not. I don't think they're not very good at communicating, even though I think they talk a lot, but I don't think they're very good at communicating. And I'm getting to a point. My point is, because they're both unreliable narrators and they both irk each other, I think Paul's idea of saying to Ashley, you need to say, I'm saying my intent, say your intention with the thing that you're saying.
Yeah.
Even though that sounds like a lot of work, but I'm like, that he's just saying communicate clearly.
Yeah,
like, that's such a good piece of advice.
That was a good piece of advice, definitely. Although it's easier said than done to like be able to be aware of your own intention, I think. But I think that was really good advice. It's so interesting because I don't know, it just does make me reflect on like internet culture and stuff, how we might see things as red flags.
Yeah.
As soon as someone says you have to wear a dress, that means that they're a horrible misogynist who wants to like kill women. You know what I mean? But like you look at Ashley and you're like, he has these unprogressive views of women, but you can kind of see him loving Grace in a much fuller way than someone like Stephen might, who will say like, I want an independent woman, but seems to have a bit of a hatred of women. And it's like, even though it's like, I don't know, maybe that's naive. I feel like the way that Ashley could potentially love Grace is quite multifaceted, even if it's kind of funneled through his old-fashioned lens.
I think it already is multifaceted. The fact that he's giving her a chance, I think, shows that his love for her, not that it's like love necessarily, but like his potential love for her is more multifaceted than that lens, like you said. I think him giving that chance, putting in that effort, is showing that. And I understand his frustration with it all, because he's unlearning and learning a new way of like dealing with someone, and she's really reactive and she's confusing. It's like all things at the same time.
Interesting, because as a woman, you don't want to be reduced to sex. You don't want to think that someone just wants you for sex, but also in romantic relationships you have sex, and sometimes there's like lefty fuckboys walking around who are like, I read Virginia Woolf and like I only ever go down on a girl, but they will like in the end reduce someone to sex and do something really scary all of a sudden behind closed doors. Whereas even though they're like acting like, I don't know, do you know what I mean, like sex is involved in these relationships. You can't kind of say like, oh, you're thinking about having sex with me? Like, that's awful, because that all dynamics, and even if both people are really left wing, that's going to be an aspect of it. But I don't know how to describe it.
They also like that whole situation is very complicated. But it's good to know, like, I mean, they are talking about it in general. And I don't necessarily believe that he's seeing it as a transactional thing.
No.
And I'm also impressed with Grace that she's allowing herself to be like wined and dined. Because that goes against her ethos, but she knows that it's important to him. And I think maybe I'm being too like forgiving of him, but I don't think he's doing it to get sex.
I saw that as like, he took her on a date and then he was like, so we're on a date, which is romantic, and then we're flirting and we seem to be getting on, so maybe she will want to sleep with me because we like each other. Not, oh, well, I've bought her this, I've got her the tickets, I've spent this much money, so obviously we're going to have sex. That this is an instance, but she saw it as, oh God, do I now owe him sex because I've let him spend money on me?
And I can see how she would have gotten into her head about
completely. And so that's an instance where Paul's advice would be really helpful, if he could say, like, I was thinking about sleeping with you because I wanted to do these nice things for you because I really care about you as a person, and it's nothing to do with sex. When sex came up, it was because there was chemistry between us, and that was separate to the things that happened on the date.
And that's really like,
that's giving him massively the benefit of the doubt.
And also it was a really complicated like, you trying to string that sentence together is fucking hard. And when there's like actual emotions involved with it, and like frustration, and I don't think I can see it from both sides. Like, they both went and bought the contraceptive, as it's being referred to. Like, I do see that there is an expectation there, and I'm not saying that it needs to be followed up on at all, but it's kind of like Grace is saying there shouldn't have been any association with sex to buying a contraceptive. And I'm like, of course there is. Of course there is.
In the sense that your ears might prick up and go, oh, this is exciting, this is going to happen later. But
he shouldn't have.
She felt it was like, now you owe me this. And
and you owe me it now. And maybe he did give that vibe, and that if he did, that's wrong.
That's the thing we don't see behind closed doors.
But also I can understand as well how someone who doesn't want to be massaged, if suddenly they've bought a condom or whatever, and then you're suddenly like, oh God, we're going home right now, the pressure of like having to perform. She's not really one to want to perform for a man, right? So like, the idea of, if you're stressed about having sex with this person and then you feel like it's a performative thing, you might get a little bit anxious and stressed and then maybe don't want to do it. So fair enough. It doesn't even need to have a reason. If you don't feel like it, you don't feel like it. That's fine.
Totally.
She
needs him to understand that you can change your mind at any stage, and that's fine. That's very fundamental.
Yeah.
But also I think she's tying herself up in knots by being like, I want to openly discuss every step of this, so that nothing spontaneous, like nothing unspoken can happen, because that might feel a bit dangerous to her. But then the speaking of it and the doing and the buying together of the contraceptive and everything makes her like hyper aware of it, and then makes her overthink it. And
it's almost like she should have gone and got the contraceptive
and then chosen
privately, and then in the moment when it felt right to her, she could be like,
exactly,
I've got this, are you up for it? Yeah, so basically it's complicated. I'm glad that they are able to talk about everything. I'm glad that she's calling him out if he is having expectations of sex where there shouldn't be any.
Yeah.
But I'm also I also understand his frustrations with the situation and his effort that he's putting in.
Yeah, and I think it's fair for him not to, like, there needs to be balance in the relationship. He can't just spend the whole relationship feeling like he's learning to be less shit.
Yes.
Like he's the shit one.
Yes, that is and also that's going to make you want to push back.
But her friends were really nice.
I was really happy with the way her friends reacted. Like, they were pleased with the situation. I guess she just
But he was a bit shit with his family. Like,
yes,
he was like,
I was a bit disappointed.
Oh, well, you know, bloody, they wear dress on the loo doors, don't they? So what am I supposed to expect?
I didn't hear him say that.
Like, oh.
Did he say that?
Yeah, they were talking about the dress thing.
Funny. But I also think like when you're with your family, you can say stuff like that.
But if they're going to be married, that's going to, for her to think, oh shit, when I go home to his for Christmas, I'm going to be like, my views are going to be freakish. But I guess it's the same the other way around as well.
What is it? Is it just at Christmas? Because I'm like, if you're with someone 364 days of the year and it's just you two, like, you know a person that way. And if they have to act a certain way around their family to get by, obviously you want like her to feel supported in those situations. And I'm sure they would discuss it because they discuss everything else.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah. I think ultimately I don't think that she will stay with him, but it's very rom-commy and I kind of weirdly want it to work because I think
want it to work.
They have so much
them.
More chemistry than most of the other couples there.
And it's so nice surprising
seeing, after watching, you know, the Harrisons of the world get away with being overtly misogynist and like being rewarded for it.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of nice seeing her pick up on, you know, him being open to learning and her picking up on these things, and like it's interesting seeing these things be discussed in this way.
I'm very thankful for this because I think it is it's a complicated situation, and it allows me, as someone who writes people off quite quickly and can be quite black and white about things, to kind of interrogate this situation a bit more deeply.
Yeah.
And I'm appreciative of that. So thanks, MAFS UK. What the hell? Who'd have thought? It's really helpful. So to round up, should we move on to the new couples? Yeah.
Well, I like Abigail and John.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know why you don't like them. I think they're sweet.
They're fine. I just think like they're just a bit boring.
Yeah, I know.
Especially her. Sorry, him as well. Actually, no, they're both boring.
She's a bodybuilder.
Is she? Oh, is she the bodybuilder?
She's a bodybuilder. That's a bit fun.
Oh, that is a bit fun. Okay, I forgot she was that one.
He's from North Wales and he's Italian.
Okay, fine. Yeah, no,
They're
you're
quite
selling
cute.
it to me now based on that.
And he does look like Super Mario, which he said, that's not me being xenophobic. He said he looks like Super Mario, and he does. He's got big cartoonish eyes, and I just like that she fancied him straight away, and they both fancied each other straight away because they're not like, I mean, obvious. Like, you know, they're pretty like standard looking, but I don't know, they just seem to embrace each other very quickly, and they were like, I genuinely want to meet someone. They were like, I genuinely want to meet someone, and they were really excited about it.
Yeah, they seem suited, and I wish them all the best. And I'm happy that her mum wasn't being such a freak about him and was happy with him.
Moving on.
Yeah.
I don't want
Alicia and
Reese on my screens.
I don't want Reese on my screen.
Reese on my screens.
No, me neither.
he clearly wants
He's
to go and
such-
marry his nan.
He marry his nan and be on telly.
What was it that he said about his nan? She's a
fallen
goddess,
from heaven.
fallen from heaven,
Is what he said.
an angel. Oh my God,
The
these
nana that you sit and play chess with.
these Essex boys,
They love their
and
nanas.
their nans.
Yeah.
It is so strong. What is that about?
Don't know.
And then often there's a difficulty to appreciate any other woman in the world. It's just your nan and your mum are like the best.
And every other woman is just a piece of ass.
Yeah.
He hates her.
He absolutely hates her. He apparently can't wait to be in his dressing gown getting the paper every day.
Dressing gown and slippers, getting the paper.
Okay. So this is very 1950s coded.
Yeah, I guess maybe the playing the chess with his nan is a sign, and he probably has been like, my nan and granddad have been married for blah, blah years. And so he's basing it off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kids screaming is what he said. Kids screaming in the background, me reading the paper. I was like, right.
he doesn't
so not doing
seem
any
like
parenting.
he reads the paper. I guess there's different papers, isn't there?
What? Sun, page 3, big boobies.
Not saying anything. Yeah, I'm just like, okay, Stepford Wives, Lady in the Tramp. It was very Lady in the Tramp, which makes it kind of cute, but
Why is it Lady in the Tramp?
Because literally at the start, the dog gets the paper out of the letterbox and like scruffles it up and then goes and gives it to her master, I think. Anyway, and you only see their legs and they've got like slippers and dressing gown.
Oh yeah, that is cozy, but not for him. He's not allowed
for
it.
him, and he's just judged her for being a little bit exuberant.
Just a wee bit exuberant.
Yeah,
She's from Edinburgh, I think. All of the shots were in Edinburgh, and so I was like, I like her.
but what was that one thing she said? Oh, she said to his sister,
Oh,
I think I'm going to shag him tonight.
yeah, that was. Oh, I know.
We were like, no,
His sister. Ooh.
to his sister.
And I don't think he wants to shag you, my love.
That was bad.
And did you say, he's in for a good ride or something?
Oh,
Girl.
no.
No.
So that's just going to be horrible. She's going to be sad, and I don't really want to see that happening.
No, I'm not happy about him. I don't know why they've put him on here. He's not very nice to
No,
women.
we don't need him on here.
No.
Hotdog and Husky.
Yeah. April and someone else. Hotdog.
George. April and George.
Okay. Well, that went better than we thought.
It did.
I
and
think.
I think we saw Hotdog, we're like, oh, fucking hell. But I
Yeah.
think I'm going to end up kind of liking Hotdog.
I'm still not sure. No, I probably will. They both like skiing. You said they're such ski season people.
They're massive ski season people, and I think they're going to get the snowy holiday, which is
They
fun
are,
for them.
yeah. I saw that in the preview. So they're used to that.
Yeah. They look exactly the same.
They have the same face.
Very prominent jaw.
Yeah.
So that bodes well for
It
them.
always does
Yeah.
bode well. Yeah.
We liked it when he said, there's Hotdog and there's George. George is the real me. We're like,
We're
yeah.
like, yeah, obviously
No shit.
Hot dog isn't the real you.
I just was feeling bad for whoever has to be married to him because of his hot dog farts.
Oh,
Imagine
but then
after eating
she
80
sells hot dogs. So it doesn't matter. Also, I think he did this hot dog competition once and he only ate 16 and the person who won in America ate like 62 or something.
Oh, Johnny Hot Dogs or whatever. Oh, God.
And then he's Australia's cheese rolling champion or something.
And he was playing with nunchucks and doing fire breathing or something. It was all a little bit icky town, but
Yeah, it's good for her though.
she
likes
liked it. She likes the mullet.
The mum was crying.
Yeah.
Her mum was crying. She was so happy.
Yeah, they were very open to each other, and I think they seem to have a very good bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be good. Do we talk about Sarah and Dean?
We might have to touch quickly
Sorry.
on it.
So, since she's had a couple of tellings off, she's desperate to clear her name.
Yeah.
And so she's just like, but she can't help but do that sad, crumpled up face.
Yeah, the disgusted face.
And
I
in
do,
moments every now and then. And she just like perks up again.
I kind of feel bad for her, but also like she just needs to break up with him.
Yeah.
Because she's now in a position where she's like, in order to look like a good person, I have to pretend that I like him.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like him.
Yeah.
And That's a very her face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good that she realised that she was rude, but I don't know. There's a way of being nice to him and probably nicely putting him out of his misery that doesn't... I think this is just... At least he's kind of started to realise that he doesn't think it's going to go anywhere.
Has he?
After
he keeps saying it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Oh, God.
He's obsessed with saying that, even though someone said something and that was like, I'm not sure it's going to...
His
grow.
friend was telling him it's not going to happen.
And then he was like, well, that's what I keep saying. It's a matter of if. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. I was like, that's not what he said. That's not what he said at all.
And when his friend asked her for an interesting fact.
They must have elongated that
I don't
pause.
think so. It felt like an uncut moment. It was painful. It was so painful.
He does magic?
Oh.
Yeah, I do. I thought you were going to say that as well. Yeah, I do magic. Dean.
Oh, God.
He's breaking my heart because he's
He
acting
is.
confident, but his self-esteem is so low because he's allowing her to do this. Like him saying like, oh, I thought you were going to say that, like making her feel better in the situation.
Yeah, it is very heartbreaking. And I'm glad he started to, because it was off-putting how kind of unfazed he was pretending to be at first.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, show that you actually are wounded by these things. And
Yeah.
he has started to say like, oh yeah, it's brought me back to school and made me feel like the fat kid at school and blah, blah, blah. I'm glad that he is processing his emotions properly and that she's also able to hear how her words are impacting him. But
I feel bad for... I do feel bad for her because she's not going to have a good... People aren't going to be very nice to her.
I know, I feel bad for her. But I wish she would stop saying like everything's there except the spark, and it's like it's not. You don't like his personality.
Yeah, and like
he doesn't make
I think
you laugh.
she thinks that is better or something.
Yeah, and it's
But
like
it's like,
no, because
no.
then he'll be like, oh shit, okay, maybe if I just lose a bit of weight or whatever, then she'll. But it's like no,
it will never work.
It's the nice guy thing she doesn't like.
Yeah. Also, I've just remembered Anita and Paul have left. Thank God.
Oh my God.
Thank God.
Thank fuck.
I couldn't do another week of him.
He depressed
chatting bollocks.
the hell out of me.
He was so depressing, and
He
she
was
looked
so
so
weird.
miso.
Yeah, she was depressing too. He was weird.
I'm so glad that they left.
What a bizarre man.
Yeah, he was such a weird man.
Really, really weird. Well, oh my God. And he got the task to ask her questions. And the one question he asked was, how long do you need until you like me or something? It's like, me love.
That is not the question.
That's not the point.
Ask her
How about
what's her favourite
book?
animal. What's your favourite colour? What's your kid's middle name?
What's your best memory?
Oh, that's nice, babe.
But don't ask
What's
her.
your favourite walk? What's your best memory?
Book.
What else would you ask? Oh, book.
But don't ask what's your greatest fear, because
We've learned that the hard way.
it's bad. Whoa, deja vu. Big deja vu.
So join us over on the Patreon if you want.
Well-
Patreon.com/watchingtellypod.
We are going to be discussing Celebrity Traitors,
Oh!
which is literally
The best thing.
TV we've ever seen.
That's what I've been doing the whole time, watching it.
It's so entertaining.
If you haven't watched it, get your asses over to BBC iPlayer and watch it now, because it's the best thing ever.
I'm so excited to talk about it.
Oh my God.
We're going to be releasing an episode on that very soon.
Yeah.
And following that in the next few weeks.
Oh, heaven.
So even if you just
I'm
want to
in
sign
heaven.
up for 1 month so you can get the Traitors content.
Yeah, I think you can do it for about £3. So it'll cost you £3. You'll get
Less than a
bunch
coffee.
of episodes, and
And then you can listen to all the ones that are already up there as well.
yeah, and then you can leave whenever you want. No problem at all.
No judgment.
No judgment, no probs, but also chat to us on there. We've got a little chat going. Everyone's talking about maths over there, aren't they?
Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah. Join us. Follow us on TikTok at Watching Telly Pod. Follow us on Instagram at Watching Telly Pod, and subscribe to our YouTube as well.
Yeah,
If you're not
Spinny's
already
been
there, if you are there, hi.
Spinny's been very cute on this video. So
Yeah.
if you want a little bit of spintin,
Contin.
spintin contin, sounds like a terrible drug in America.
Oh God, OxyContin.
Oh,
No. Oh, Spinny with that crazy face. I don't know if you can see his crazy eyes, but you definitely can't see his teeth, but I can, and they're so cute.
And we'll be back at the end of next week to talk about the next week of MAFS.
Let's go, baby.
Yay!
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.